Is this one on? Okay, great. Hi everyone, my name is Caroline. You're right, you really can't see. And I'm a senior at NC State, and I've been organizing a statewide renewable energy campaign with the North Carolina Student Energy Network, and I just want to say really quickly that I'm really grateful to be here. There's a lot of talented students in North Carolina working on many different things, as you heard, but to speak after Mr. Cortese and last night is just really humbling, and I'm very inspired to go back to school and tell everyone how great the summit was. And I also want to say interdisciplinary studies, my degree now makes me feel really solid after hearing Mr. Levin last night, because most people doubt what that is. Anyway, so if we can go to my first slide. Oh, I do that. That's right, sorry. Did I kill it? Okay, great. So when I think of leadership, which is why we're up here, student leadership, I think of an energy revolution and how I envision myself helping to lead this movement. I think of how the UNC system can tackle even more than what we're already doing right now, because we're really great at what we're doing. All of the success stories that we've heard are inspiring to students, faculty, and staff. But when I look at campaigns as an organizer, I don't necessarily look at them affecting my individual lifestyle changes, like changing light bulbs. I think it's great, it saves money, but as President Ross said, we have $2.5 billion worth of these projects sitting around and we don't have the capital to do them. So I see change as influencing corporate or political, or in this case, institutional campaigns. I think systematic change is where we'll see the largest and most beneficial results for the climate as well as in economic savings. For my generation, climate change is really a moral issue. Everyone's touched on that. But speaking from the young people here today, I think we've seen the impacts already of increased storm activity and intensity and record droughts. And for North Carolina, that's going to have a huge impact. But what concerns me most is that the millennial generation, our generation, is going to have to deal with the worst that's yet to come. Pictured here, you'll see my fossil-free core team, and one of the ways that we've affected change last semester was by passing a student government resolution that asked our chancellor to begin talks with President Ross and Duke Energy about renewable energy and increasing it as the largest school in the system. Okay, so as a leader, I'm really proud to be a part of the UNC system. I actually transferred to state, but I really love it. Go Pack. And but we're all collaborating here. So I think we're trying really hard, and all of us in this room is a testament to that and all the work that went into it. We've accomplished a lot of things. But I think if you look at the root cause of all of our problems with energy, it can be traced back to Duke Energy. And it's not just students that are upset about what Duke is doing to communities and citizens. They're upset about proposed rate hikes, which we'll be feeling the effects of, their 20-year plan, which includes less than 3% renewable energy, which I think is abysmal, and how it impacts our futures. For us, it looks like more coal ash ponds leaking and poisoning our water supply, like what's happening in my hometown of Asheville right now. As a system, it was mentioned last night, we give Duke Energy over $200 million every year to pay our bills. And at the same time, we're trying really hard and succeeding at reducing our power consumption, making great sustainability goals, passing green funds, taxing ourselves, and we have a lot to be proud of. But what we get in return is that Duke Energy is still providing us with dirty coal, methane-emitting natural gas, and risky nuclear energy. With our state network, North Carolina Student Energy Network, we envision success by meeting with administrators, which we're doing, and it's really fun. Our system standing up to Duke Energy by collaborating with widespread grassroots support from students and faculty to support more renewable energy being implemented on our campuses, not in 2050, but starting right now for a better climate and energy future that we deserve. So essentially, this is a campus campaign that encourages system, collective, and collaboration to accomplish this work. Okay, so this brings me to the IT industry, and I'm really excited to talk about this because the speaker that just spoke, who you were really awesome by the way, talked about outside sources and working with other sectors, and this is that in a nutshell. Everybody knows Apple, Facebook, and Google, but what you may not know is that they are working to make huge efforts of committing to 100%, I just want to repeat that, 100% renewable energy right here in North Carolina for their data centers, which is a lot of energy. And they're doing it because it's what their customers want. It's because these companies realize that climate change is already happening and that their founders are making it a top priority. So what they're doing, which is really amazing, is leveraging their purchasing power because their customers have voiced that they're concerned about climate change. It's going to impact them, and it's the right thing to do. Action. So, like I said, Apple, they've actually built one of the largest solar farms in the country right here in Maiden, North Carolina, which is really cool. And other sectors, or other companies like Google, are sitting down with people like Duke Energy, the industry, and saying, we need to develop a renewable energy purchasing program for large customers, and we need to have a win-win situation for both of us. What we envision for success is the UNC system doing the same thing, getting capital from these big industry giants where we don't have it, and working together to collaboratively achieve the same goals. I think that what success will look like for us in the future is working together with these sectors to leverage our purchasing power to help the customers, the students, us, use the $200 million that we pay every year to request more renewable energy from Duke Energy. I think we also need to partner with them because we can evolve with their programs in a way that will both benefit. At North Carolina Student Energy Network, we've already begun meeting with administrators at the UNC system who are very receptive to these ideas. So I really liked your point, listen to us, that's really great, thank you. And we're already talking about beginning these conversations with Duke Energy. But I think we need to go even farther than that. I think we need to start leveraging our purchasing power as a system as well as individual campuses, having these tough conversations and work together so that our political climate in the future as well as our funding becomes more stable and sustainable. So this is a picture of the North Carolina Student Energy Network, and it's really awesome to work with them. But I think the last thing I want to say is that what's great about partnering with the IT companies in the future when this happens, because I'm sure that it will, is that we have similar commitments. We have the same goals. And they want to be seen as clean energy businesses, and we want to lead the way. Students want to see more clean energy. That's obvious. We're concerned with climate change. But it's clear that as a system, we need to make that happen, and we already are, as evidenced by this conference, which is why I'm really grateful to be here. So I'll give you a second to read this quote. And the bottom line I want to say is that our generation defines the question of global warming, climate justice, and the willingness to put the available solutions to work in this way. Dishonesty asks the question, is there absolute scientific proof? Complacency asks, can we afford to make these changes with our newly cut budget? Cowardice asks, are we willing to take the heat for pressuring Duke Energy to move away from dirty energy resources? But conscience asks the question, what are we waiting for? Thank you very much.